University of Texas, three-time national champion. And what a get he pulled off in the offseason.
Welcome back to Gregory Gymnasium.
Transfer portal. She had showed up big tonight so far, Shelby.
Tori Stafford, 5 for 5 in kills. She is perfect offensively, and she changes it up. She'll go off the hand, she'll go cross, she'll go line, and she has those digs too. She's that all-around 6 rotation player everyone needs, which is why Jerritt Elliott said, I absolutely need Stafford. He told us that when she entered the transfer portal, he was in Mexico visiting friends with his wife. They had terrible service. His friend told him, hey, I just now saw Stafford enter the transfer portal. He said, get her on the phone. What can we do? No signal. He gets someone to pick him up from that house, take him to the airport, because he has to fly home to Texas to get signal to call her immediately. He said things can happen within hours of the transfer portal. This man ended vacation in Mexico for the chance to get Tori Stafford on his team. If that isn't dedication, yes, I don't know what is.
He told us before the match he was freaking out a little bit when he couldn't get any cell service. He couldn't even get a cab to the airport. He was in the middle of nowhere practically when the star player entered the portal.
And then that cab's tire went flat. He pulled over someone, said, I will give you $500, just get me to the airport. I said, does Tori know this story? He said, well, she knows I was in Mexico. I said, oh, no, you got to give her the whole thing. I would feel so special if someone did that for me.
He made it work, and last week she became just the 10th Longhorn in program history to be named National Player of the Week. It's been a big part of their success, going 6-0 so far this young season, ranked number 2 in the nation. And again, putting up career-high numbers so far in her first year in a Texas uniform. All right, out of the timeout. Out of the break, here we go.
Here we go. Set number 2 is underway right now.
In the middle, denied by Sarah Sylvester, one of the top blockers in program history.
Perfect ISO block by Sarah Sylvester. Just waiting, hunting, wants to give her team that momentum straight out of the gates of set 2.
All right.
This is a TCU team that is maybe the deepest Jason Williams has had now in his 4th year in charge. As Spears with the point. TCU lost their star senior leader, Jalen Gibson, with a torn ACL in the second match of the season against Penn State. They responded by reeling off 7 straight wins, including the single season record 5 against ranked teams, and they haven't missed a beat. Gibson's so unselfish. She felt like she had ruined the season for the team. Jason Williams said, absolutely not.
The bad news for TCU Horned Frogs is that they lost their star. Jalen Gibson has ended her season with an ACL injury.
Samara Coleman with that high serve gets the bounce. Stafford responds with the kill. 6 kills on 6 swings.
This is simply power for Stafford. That block for TCU was set. The hands were together, pressing, but she can get over you. At that point, you're just hoping the back row gets it up in the air.
Hendricks. We talked about this Texas team that Jerritt Elliott has put together this year. People forget how much they lost in the offseason. Some huge names, Madison Skinner, Mariana Singletary, Avery Carlson, Rutherford as well, but they're not rebuilding. They have absolutely reloaded for this year. Between their transfers and talented freshmen, they're stacked.
Also with the back set.
Whoa!
Freshman Taylor Harvey with the block.
A block, whoa!
Adjustments in real time. I got beat on the block, not this second time. She was not off the net. She was pressing. Her arms were over. Completely different than that last error.
Harvey hit 636 with 4 blocks in her last match. Looking good again tonight. Stafford with the serve. Hendricks. Pushed over. Kari Spears. Jerritt Elliott said, what has impressed Kari the most about Kari Spears? Not the physical talent, the way she has picked up their offensive and defensive schemes so incredibly quickly.
And in a new position on the right side. She's never been on the right in her entire playing career.
Her dad Marcus says, just keep your feet moving. He's become a huge volleyball fan. And you can see why. Nice dig by Alice Volpe. Coleman from the back row. And tooling the block is Lauren Murphy.
That's the TCU team that we're used to seeing, refusing to let the ball hit the ground. You gotta love the coverage. All 5 players letting their hitter know, we will get this ball up if you give a lot.
TCU picked to come in 5th in the Big 12 this year, but they did receive a first place vote. Exceeding expectations early on in non-conference play. Again, this is the highest ranking in program history, currently at 9. There's Archer. Vanderwall. Tori Stafford was there. Couldn't make its way over. TCU back up by 1.
TCU looking like they're not worried about what's across the net. They're doing everything right. They're covering. They're making sure that their block is taking away certain shots from Texas. Really different than that first set.
A much more competitive second set. Spears tools the block.
Kari Spears is that hitter where she's just going to get hers. And if you're any opponent, you have to just give it to her at times. Your block is there, the defense is there. She's still going to beat you out in certain situations.
She's got a match high 7 kills on 8 swings. Had 18 of them last match against Arizona State. Lauren Murphy responds, the transfer from Ohio State.
That's the fast tempo offense Jason Williams said is our best bet to beat Texas. You see the outside doing a great job. Murphy at getting that low set. That's really forcing the tempo up, not giving Texas enough time to set up their block.
Remember, TCU has not won a set here in Austin in 7 years. Back to Spears, go the Longhorns, and trying to duck out of the way was Archer, just getting a piece of that. And Spears has looked unstoppable tonight.
8 kills for Kari Spears, leading the gym, 0 errors, hitting almost 900. 2 blocks. You can't tell me she's a freshman. I'm confused here.
6th among Power Conference freshmen in kills per set. Swindle got a hand on it, so did Stafford. Free ball now for TCU. That one hammered past Stafford. Touched Texas hands. 2-point Horned Frogs lead.
TCU earning that lead. They are playing like a team, and they're seeing Texas get these great ups, but they are running back to base. They are ready for whatever hit's going to come their way.
Lauren Murphy, back-to-back wins over UCLA and Texas A&M recently. Hit 430 combined. And just missed the ace there. All tied up.
Neither team has led this set by more than 1 point. So back and forth, and that's what you expect from TCU. They are that team that's going to fight and hit you where it hurts with their speed. They don't need that height. They have that talent.
Completely different second set so far. Here's Ramsey Gary. Jared Elliott has called her the most competitive player on the team. And TCU back up by 1.
Jason Williams said, I can't wait till Coleman gets even more experience. She's that 6th rotation outside you want because of her defense and also that presence she brings in those big sets.
Samara Coleman originally signed with Pitt, arrived on their campus at the beginning of the year, but decided to play closer to home. Surprise, surprise, we are tied again in this back and forth second set. Emma Halter won ace tonight. 5 in her last 4 matches.
Emma Holter, her hometown is Indianapolis, Indiana. I know where that is.
Here's Tori Stafford. The block was ready for it.
Suffocating block from Sarah Sylvester. That's how you get your team pumped up. Block one of the best outsides in the nation and put a triple block out there. Tori Stafford had nowhere to go but in the block. Great setup by the Horned Frogs.
Sylvester, just terrific. More than 360 blocks during her storied TCU career. Top 10 all-time in program history. Coming up with a big one there.
That block's the most quiet that the Horned Frogs have gotten. Gregory, Jim, so far this whole night.
You don't hear it at this level too often. The place was erupting when the match started, especially after that opening set. Different story, as you said right now, with TCU up by 1. That one caught the tape. They were ready for the Swindle dump. The response by Hendricks. And TCU now up by 2.
Oh boy.
This is a perfect example of that speed in Hendricks' arm. Watch her arm, right at your screen. She just unleashes so fast. There's not enough time to close out that block from Harvey to Swindle.
She was the #1 ranked recruit in the state of Arizona a few years ago, but dealt with injuries last year during her freshman season. Another service error by TCU. 6 service errors, no aces so far for the Horned Frogs.
Ola Swindle not able to call her own number in the air with her playing back row.
Hendricks had to go around her teammate to get a hold of that one. Here's Tori Stafford with the response and the point.
7th kill of the night for Stafford. It didn't work going into the hands of TCU last time, so she said, okay, I'm going to go off the hands. Let's get that touch. You see that block close just a tad short, and she punishes TCU for it. 9th tie of the set, completely back and forth.
Into the net it goes, but Tori Stafford, who you just mentioned, is hitting 600, while her teammate Kari Spears is hitting nearly 900 on the night.
Your coach, if you can hit above 250, they're going to be happy. Texas right now is hitting 447.
What did you hit during your pro days?
Oh, I was, a solid 0.
I sensed some
Those
hesitation
DSs.
there on the
Well, I was
response.
going to try and make a joke how I had no errors.
That one into the crowd off Ramsey Gary, the kill by Lauren Murphy.
The Barrows are not able to attack the back row if their hand goes over the net. Some of them have those ups, Alex. You never know.
Some of them. So keep that in mind. 2-point TCU lead here in the second set, but not for long. The freshman Harvey.
The footwork from Harvey looking effortless, like she's dancing right behind Swindle, then going straight down the line. Volpe was in the right spot, but not able to react quick enough on that scene.
Harvey had that match-ending ace earlier this season against Creighton.
Nice set.
Alter. Free ball for TCU. Cody. Murphy into the block. We'll try the other side. Hendricks. That one well wide, and we are tied again, this time at 12.
Hendricks with the error, but Cody used all.
We have a back-to-back ties.
Really like how she's spreading out, giving everyone the
This
chance
set
to
too, it's
score
gonna be
against Texas.
tough for real.
Serving. TCU is hitting 471 in this set. Texas 333. The freshman Harvey with the point.
Not a hard kill from Harvey, but it's going to work. Going right over the hands, barely getting that touch from the middle, making that ball have some spin and drop right in the middle of the court.
Now the crowd comes alive. Harvey, couple of kills on 3 swings, 2 blocks as well. Stafford serving. Texas with a lead in the set and looking for more. Harvey was right there, kept alive by Volpe. Free ball Texas. Vanderwall off the block. This time we'll try Spears. TC was ready. Abby Vanderwall denied. Sends it over. Here comes Hendricks.
Oh!
Boards on a 4-0 run as they go up by 2.
Suffocating devastating block from Texas. Hendricks making the wrong decision to go for that hard hit. When you're off the net, you cannot go for that hard hit. Texas is poised and time to block you.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Stafford, what can she do as the Longhorns go up by 3?
We'll be right back on the other side. Don't you go anywhere. This is SEC on ESPN.